Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Convos and Coffee. Matchy, matchy. Hope you enjoyed the service yesterday, and let me remind you that this coming Sunday, for those who are able, we're gathering together in person at 10:30 at the church. Please register in advance. And because it's going to be a little bit different this coming Sunday, we wanted to just focus today on worship. So in John chapter 4, Jesus is speaking with the woman at the well. And after they go through a conversation about her relationships and things, it transitions into a conversation about worship. And here's how the conversation goes in John 20 to 24, 4:20 to 24. So tell me this, the lady says, why do our fathers worship God here on this nearby mountain, but your people teach that Jerusalem is the place where we must worship? Which is right? Jesus responded, believe me, dear woman, the time has come when you won't worship the Father on a mountain nor in Jerusalem, but in your heart. Your people don't really know the one they worship. We Jews worship out of our experience, for it's from the Jews that salvation is made available. From here on, worshiping the Father will not be a matter of the right place, but with the right heart. For God is spirit, and he longs to have sincere worshipers who worship and adore him in the realm of the Spirit and truth. I don't know about you guys. I'm a bit of a creature of habit. I get into a groove and I stay in that groove and I get really comfortable with that groove. However, when you're in a groove, you can just start to go through the motions and lose connection with the motivation and the heart and the passion of what you're doing. That can happen in our worship and with our singing. Now, we all know that worship isn't just what happens when we gather together in a building. It's what we do in our everyday lives. Anything and everything we do can be an act of worship as we point people to God through that action.
And in light of us regathering and us not being able to sing in the building, now you can still sing at home, but we can't sing because of the risk in the building to each other, we want to talk to you this morning about worship. And if we can't sing out loud, can we still worship? And we want to say today 100 times yes. The heart of worship isn't about a song, but it's in the heart of the person worshiping, the person who has this awe about who Jesus is. And some people think they can worship when a song hits them the right way, or a certain song reminds them of a good time in their life, but that's just nostalgia. That's not worship. Some people think they can sing better if a certain worship leader is leading the song, but that's not worship. That's preference. Some think they can worship better if they're in a building together. Like some think they can't worship as well at home as they could in a building. But this is the very lesson. This is the heart of the lesson that Jesus was teaching the woman at the well. Worship has nothing to do with location.
Yeah, this actually is a really good lesson for us. I think we're going to really learn a lot through all this because worship is engagement of the heart. Yes, we love to sing. Yes, we love to voice our passion for the Lord. But it's more than just the words. It's what's in the heart. So with the band not there or the people leading us physically in worship not being there, can we still worship? Absolutely we can. And what an amazing lesson this is because it gives us a new perspective.
Yeah.
Jesus commands us to worship. And we have an opportunity to come together and worship him because a heart that loves God will just express itself. Even if it can't vocalize, it can still express our worship. It's a choice. We make the decision to worship and love Jesus.
Yeah, and I had to actually learn a lesson about this. When we moved to Thailand and we went to a Thai church for the first 7 years, the worship was all in Thai. And actually in Thailand, there's a couple of languages that are not languages, but forms of the language. And in church, it's called a high language. So everything is kind of like King James Version. So even though we were learning Thai, we didn't learn the words that were being spoken in church. It was very difficult to engage. And I remember at first, the first few months thinking, I'm never going to be able to worship here. Like, it's terrible. What am I going to do? And as soon as I actually had that thought, another thought came to my mind, like, that is the worship about the song? Is the worship about the music? And what I decided to do, it was a choice. I decided to worship God in my own words. So I still could lift my hands. I could still cry in his presence because I was singing my own song. So it didn't matter that I didn't understand the song, but my heart wanted to worship. So the environment is irrelevant, really, when you determine and choose that you want to worship God, who you love. And there's a song that says, it's an older song, it says, I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about you. You're searching much deeper within. Look into my heart. And good music is great. Good talent is awesome. Musicians, even being with our friends and our loved ones in a church it's an amazing experience, and they're good things, but they're not the heart of worship. If we focus on having all the right conditions, then we will never worship God the way we should. And Jesus said to the Samaritan woman, he said, God is spirit, and those who worship him need to worship him in spirit and in truth. And the externals are part of it, but the core of it is the heart. And when it's in our heart, it doesn't matter where we are, it doesn't matter what it sounds like, it doesn't matter what's going on around us. We can keep it all about Jesus, focus on Jesus, love Jesus. And his command to worship him includes singing, but it also says clap, we can still clap. It says dance, you can still dance. You can bow, you can weep, you can lay down, you can be still. All of those postures we can still do. And a heart that's worshiping will engage in any of those postures. So the only expression we can't do is the singing.
Yeah, I think it's just a great opportunity as well for us to do like a heart check.
Yeah.
It's a good idea for us from time to time to do a heart check and say, Lord, you know what? 1 Corinthians 10 verse 12 says, let anyone who thinks he stands take no occasion may fall. We're so easily distracted from the main thing and how we want to do the main thing. But the main thing is Jesus. The main person is Jesus. It's not about the mechanisms we can employ to actually worship him. It's worship of Jesus. So as we come together this coming Sunday, those are able to join us, those that are at home, we're going to be there online with you as well, but those that come to join us, you know what? We can lift our hearts to him. We can lift our hands to him. We can lift our spirits to him. We say, Lord God, I am coming to you. I'm going to worship you with abandon, with all I have. Maybe I can't sing, but that's okay. I can worship you.
And it might be one of the most sacred times we have together because we're coming back to the heart of worship, and that's our hearts, and it could be a beautiful thing. Make sure you register. It's available online on the website already, so we hope to see you next Sunday. Have an awesome week.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.